So today I'm trying something new. I'm cooling off, I'm out of the heat. I'm up here in Flagstaff. This is gorgeous. Came up for a day of golf up here at Pine Canyon. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick little story. I have 20 years of experience in photography. I have been in every situation that you could possibly think of. I learned through trial and error, and I have had a lot of errors in my career. But every time those errors happened, I have been able to save them on the spot and iron things out. So I just wanted to tell you a story. A couple of months ago, I was in a situation where I had a client that needed me to shoot a wedding reception. And this was basically a full-blown Indian wedding reception. And it was one of those days where nothing went right. I forgot their directions, so I had to go back to my house because I had it printed out. It was no longer in my email because my email downloaded my home computer, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I had to go home after a full days of work at the other studio and get ready to do this wedding reception. While I was getting ready, we keep a pitcher of water on the counter, and my wife didn't tell me that she was cleaning, but she was cleaning, and next to the water pitcher was a half glass of what I thought was water. It was bleach. So anyway, I drank it. It wasn't good. I was hurting. Immediately after that, I asked her if that was bleach in the glass, and she said, yeah, that was bleach. And she immediately got on the phone with poison control, and while she was doing that, I was already guzzling water. And they told me basically because of the amount that I drank, I needed to drink 32 ounces of water to negate the bleach. So anyway, my night's off to a bad night because I did this. Now I had to head off to the event center where this wedding was being held, only to discover that it shares the same address with the facility that was on 48th Street and Baseline, and they're on 48th Street and Baseline in Mesa. So it was literally 100 blocks away. And I usually get to my events 20 minutes to a half hour early. No such luck. I was 10 minutes late because I went to the wrong building. So right when I got there, usually I like to get into those situations and meet with the bride and the groom and get to know their family really fast and find out who their parents are and who their best friends are, so they can lead me through the event and, you know, kind of point everything out to me. Well, needless to say, I was 10 minutes late. Everything was already happening, so I had to start shooting right off the bat. I found them, and we were able to figure out who everybody was, and I got all my shots done, which was good. Now, this was an Indian wedding, lots of Indian food. I am a huge foodie. Couldn't eat anything because my stomach was binding up into knots because I drank bleach. Fucking stupid. Anyway, during this whole thing, I'm about half hour into shooting, and the event coordinator pulls me aside and says, look, I didn't get a chance to meet you before you got here because you were late, and I need your insurance limited liability policy in order for you to keep working. And I said, okay, yeah, I can do that. Luckily, I keep a copy of it on my phone with an open date that my insurance agent gave me. That way, for these situations, I can just go in, type in the name of the facility, and email it to them, and then they have it. And I did that right there, and I was shooting 5 minutes later without any hiccups. Limited liability insurance is the most important thing for photographers, because if you're shooting anywhere commercially in any kind of facility, typically they require it. A lot of churches require it, a lot of event centers, that sort of thing. You know, I usually end up emailing this policy out about 12 to 15 times a year, just to give you an idea. So it's a must. I get my limited liability insurance through my my State Farm broker that takes care of my house and my business and all my cars. So, you know, it actually works out very well, and it's very simple, and it's very cheap. It doesn't cost hardly anything to do it, but as a photographer, if you're going to shoot professionally, you do need it. So anyway, that's the moral of the story. So I'm just going to start with this one. This could be called episode 1, how I drank bleach because I was so stupid and it almost ruined the night. So I'll do a lot of short little videos like this in between. I hope you guys like this. So anyway, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, follow me on Instagram. I am now on Patreon. The link is below in the description. And I guess that's it. You guys take it easy. We'll see ya.